Welcome to hOLA, a podcast of the Catholic community of Our Lady of Angels in Allen, Texas. Our hope is to reach out and stay in touch with our community in ways that are informative, community building, and fun. We start out each episode with a little bit of hOLA news, then we interview a guest, and we close with a look at our spiritual journeys and a challenge or prayer for the community. So I am Jennifer Hardy with co-host Rosemary Crocker.
Hello, everyone.
So this episode will be coming out on July 31st. So we're kind of wrapping up summer, looking into school starting and coming back in person to gatherings at hOLA. So I was wondering, Rosemary, what are you most looking forward to this fall?
Oh, that's a very good question. I think there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to, little and big, but mostly, after having some time to go on vacation and getting away, having some rest and relaxation, that's always such a good feeling. But there's this yearning for me to get back to routine and schedule. I think it just helps me direct my days in a better way. I don't feel like I'm just kind of all over the place. So that's what I think I'm mostly ready for. Daughter getting back to school, just being able to focus on some things that'll be good for me. So, how about you, Jennifer?
You're going to have to share. Let me know what that looks like,
Yes. You always have the vision of like, yes, I'm going to get organized and routine and everything is going to go so well. So,
won't be working at 9 p.m. or...
I do probably have to prepare myself. Like, it's not going to go exactly the way you see this, I don't know. I mean, maybe like the Calgon commercial, Calgon, take me away.
I don't even think I know that one.
You don't?
I don't think so.
Goodness. Hopefully there's some people listening that do. Like, it's the bubble bath. Like, you need to go just retreat to the bubble bath after a long day.
I think I do know what you're talking about. It's been a while.
Yes. So what are you looking forward to for the fall?
I guess something similar. I didn't really think about it in terms of scheduling, but just getting back into things, especially with school with my kids. Like my son will be starting high school, so I'm super excited about that and the fact that he will be going in person this year, new school, all that, hoping that he'll have some good experiences and be able to make some new friends. And kind of the same with my daughter as she goes back to college. I'm, hopeful that they're going to open up the campus a lot more and it'll be, more like a real college experience. So just kind of looking forward to just those extra experiences and chances to be with people and do new things. So
yes. I do think for our young people that is, hopefully going to be such a positive thing for them to be able to socialize more. And gosh, with Maya with college, how exciting for all of these college kids that their freshman year was, just so unexpected. So that's really cool.
I think it's just such a different feeling for them to go back this year. I think they're kind of like not sure,
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll have to be praying for all those college kids.
Definitely, yes. Everybody going back and keep everybody safe and have a good year.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a look at what's going on at hOLA. So we still have registration for 2021-22 Faith Formation for preschool through high school students. We're asking people to register as soon as possible so we can form classes and have everybody's materials ready. And you've probably already seen, but per Bishop Burns' decree, the obligation to attend Mass will be restored on August 15th. And that same day, we will be adding back the 9 a.m. service on Sundays. So that is exciting.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yes, back to the full schedule. All right, and we also need ushers. So this is a great way to help welcome people back to Mass. So we're needing ushers at all Mass times. You can check our website for more information and the ministry contact for that. And I think across the board that we could really use volunteers in all of our ministries. We're, I think, a little bit thin on everything. So we're really looking forward to welcoming everyone back and back to these ministries in general. And then the EFB, the Education Information Building, is now open Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So check out our website for in-person meetings and classes. We do have a couple of new classes we'd like to highlight that are coming up. We ran a Just Faith program in the spring, and that was enjoyable. And we have several people who were doing that would like to do another one, and would like to open that up to the whole parish. So we're going to be doing Sacred Air, Climate, and Energy. And this is another small group where you get together, learn, and dialogue on these topics. And through prayer and spiritual practices, we hope to be guided in noticing our breath and how we can engage in this topic. And so that's going to be starting on September 15th, and registration will be coming soon. And our next program, Rosemary, you have info on that?
Yes. So Heidi Simpson has been leading a group of women on Saturday mornings. And of course, lately it's been through Zoom. They have started meeting some at some people's homes for some different gatherings. But this fall, they're going to be going back to a book that she started this group with called The Friendship Project. And it's a wonderful book for women. Talks about, healthy aspects of friendships, especially faith-filled friendships. And each of those, topics are also highlighted by saints, women saints who have lived out, friendships in different ways. So it's a really good opportunity, especially I think as we begin to socialize more and get back to rebuilding some friendships in person. This will be a great opportunity for women of the parish to join in. So as we get details solidified for that, just be looking for that in the newsletter.
Yeah, that sounds great. I love everything that, evolves around saints. So that sounds quite interesting.
Yes.
All right. So up next is our interview. And this time we are interviewing Miss Sharon Boyd. Sharon is a Stephen minister here at hOLA. She's going to give us a bit of a background on Stephen ministry and just how that ministry has affected her personally. So stay tuned for our interview with Miss Sharon. Okay, so we are super excited because we have a very highly anticipated topic today. We have Miss Sharon Boyd with us, who is going to talk about Stephen ministry. And I know we've had several people ask, if we can do an interview on Stephen ministry. So we're so excited that Sharon agreed to come talk to us today. And I have another piece of exciting news. We are on 3 continents now, which is crazy. We have listeners on 3 different continents.
Really?
Yes. I don't know who's in Sydney, but I'm pretty sure whoever's in Japan is my relatives. So
awesome.
But we do have listeners on 3 continents. So that's crazy.
Wow.
I
That's
know,
amazing.
right?
That is great. That's fantastic.
It's so exciting. So Sharon, I think we share a little bit of kind of background and history from kind of where we're from and all that, but would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, my name is Sharon Boyd. Originally, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Now, living in Texas. I have 2 sons, 2 grandsons. I'm a retired federal employee. And I have been a parishioner here at hOLA for about 13 years. I'm an EM here. Sacristan, Guardian Angel Ministry, volunteer, faith formation, and most recently, for about the past 5 years since Stephen Ministry was formulated, I've been involved in Stephen Ministry. I don't think I'm forgetting. Oh, and I belong to the Women's Club here.
Oh,
So you only do a little bit around here, right, Sharon?
Just a little bit. Just
and
a little
she is
bit.
forgetting one because I work with Sharon a lot in the Catholic Social Teaching Ministry.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So you're just like in everything.
So I'm enjoying it, and I feel that God gives you your calling, and I'm retired, and it's like if, you think about it, you pray on it a little bit, and if He says go for it, I go for it. So, and I enjoy all of them. They're rewarding, faith fulfilling, and I'm just glad that I have the ability and, able to help out because I enjoy it.
Well, we're glad you do too. And we're glad you keep answering that call that God keeps putting in front of you. So you, of course, we're talking about Stephen Ministry today. So can you tell us how long you've been involved with Stephen Ministry and give us a little information about Stephen Ministry? What's involved and what's offered to people, because I think that's something that a lot of parishioners maybe hear Stephen Ministry but don't know quite a lot about.
Okay. In 2016, Stephen Ministry was begun. We had 5 parishioners from here who went to training initially to get Stephen Ministry up off the ground. And they went through a week of intensive training. And then when they came back, there were people who were interested. We had to be interviewed to see if we were, I guess I'm using the word qualified or really something that we wanted to do. And we were interviewed, and if we passed the interview, we were called to Stephen Ministry, and that was, that's basically how it started. And like I said, 2016, so that's 5 years that it's been here at hOLA. Mm-hmm. And we're growing. We just had our 3rd training class. Even during the pandemic, we were able to have a training class online, and also it was good. And I guess with Stephen...
What does it exactly mean if you're a Stephen minister? What does a Stephen minister do?
Okay, Stephen ministers, they minister to, it's a lay ministry, and we give spiritual guidance. We're not trying to heal anyone or, medicines or anything, but it's spiritual guidance that we try to give you. We're there to listen to you, not give you advice, but listen to you and give you that spiritual comfort that you need. And we're with you to walk through your journey for as long as you need us. And it's a wonderful ministry. And for as long as you need us, like I said before, and it's not just grief. It could be divorce, just needing someone to talk to, whatever your problems might be, and you need someone to talk to who says maybe not a family member that you can talk to, and everything is very confidential. No one knows anything about your conversations with a Stephen Ministry. And then
That's
if
awesome.
you have, so it's rewarding. And if you need help further outside, we're there to help you with that guidance, to help you, reach out to, say, another group or doctor or something that you might need to talk to. But we're there with you for as long as you need us.
Yeah, that's great. It's hard. I think you'd be hard pressed to think of anyone that couldn't use someone to journey with, or have some problem.
Right, because you might just want to speak to a minister for, say, maybe a week, because there's no time limit. And then after you feel like you've fulfilled what you needed, and if you're finished with that, talking to that Stephen minister, if you want to end that relationship on that, at that time, that's fine. But if you have to return, you can always return. And there are procedures to go through. I know on a weekly basis, we do have articles on different topics in the hOLA bulletin. And in that bulletin, we have our hotline telephone number listed, and also our website where you can call. And like I said, to stress that everything is confidential. Stephen ministers do not divulge any information at all. If anything were to be divulged, it would be from the care receiver, not the caregiver.
Those are great things to hear. I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit about how this ministry maybe has affected you personally.
I've always had faith in God, but with this ministry, knowing that you can, talk to God, and that the Holy Spirit enters you. You just feel this overwhelming, wonderful feeling, and that you can sit and talk to people, and God gives you that knowledge to help that person through their turmoils or problems that they're having. And that you yourself, when you're talking to God or praying, you feel this, I'm going to say enlightenment. It's just a wonderful inward feeling that you have. And maybe like an illumination of different things, that you're going through or you want to talk about, or if you're feeling yourself, you need it. And the Holy Spirit enters the body, and wonderful. And I have come to realize that God is with us 24/7, and the Holy Spirit is always with us, and you can tell, so it's a wonderful ministry. I love it. And like I said, we're here to help under any circumstance, not just grief, because I think a lot of people thought Stephen Ministry was only a grief ministry, but it's not. It's not.
I think you're right, Sharon. I think there are some misconceptions about Stephen Ministry and, exactly what they're there for. And I think even, young people may be able to benefit and may think, oh, that's not for me. So I'm glad that you're able to share all of this with us. Is there anything else you can think of that you'd want to let people know about Stephen Ministry? And from both points of view, like getting involved as a caregiver, like yourself, or as a care receiver?
Okay, first, like when you said about the young people, I think that's a good point, because sometimes our young people, they might have problems in school, and that they feel they can't talk to maybe the parents or friends, but want to talk to someone who's neutral to a situation, that they can talk to a Stephen minister to help give them that spiritual guidance and put their mind at ease. And, I think that would help them also. And with the, I guess with the, like I said, the confidentiality, I guess I can't stress that enough.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of people feel that it's not confidential, but it is. And being a care receiver gives you, a care receiver, you're ministering to a care receiver as a caregiver, but you're also learning from that care receiver. It's enriching your spiritual, feelings and intuition, and also, so we're learning from each other when we get together.
I think that was a really great portrait that you painted when you talked about how, God is with you, during those sessions, and just what happens there. It's got like a visual almost of that.
I know, and it's like talking. It's like, how sometimes you have to stop your mind from talking, because I'm talking and it's like so much it's there, and I want to say it, and like you can't get the words out fast enough, and so you're thinking about something else. But Stephen Ministry, like I said, it was started in 1975, and it is it's growing, it's wonderful, and you just learn so much. Like I say, I love the ministry, and it's wonderful, it's beautiful, and we can use, it's available in all aspects of your life, things that you're having problems with, or you might not be having a problem. You might just need someone that you want to talk to, just to hold a conversation with, and Stephen Ministry is there for you.
Great. I thank you so much for giving us all these different details and insights into that, because I think that's important to hear, from somebody just exactly what it is. It's different from just reading, a paragraph about it, and we really have a better insight. So we're really lucky to have you and to have this ministry.
Yes.
Oh yes, I think hOLA is, it's very fortunate, and our ministers are very good. They're wonderful people, and like I said, we're ready and willing to help whenever our need, is needed.
Well, Sharon, thank you so much for being such a light here at hOLA, in so many ways, Stephen Ministry, but, all of the other things that you do. So thank you for that example for other people as well.
And thank you for letting me have the opportunity to talk. And I have to calm myself down because, I'm excited and I could just go on and on and on.
Well, we will include links in the when we get this podcast out. So people, if they want to find out more, we'll include the hOLA link and the Stephen Ministry homepage. So you've hopefully created a spark and people will look into it.
I hope so. Let's try. Stephen Ministry is for all occasions or problems. So just feel free. Like I say, don't be afraid to talk to a Stephen minister.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Sharon.
Okay. And thank you.
Well, it was so good to hear from Sharon. And I just have to say, we're so thankful for her volunteering in this capacity, and so thankful for all of the Stephen ministers who are willing to walk with other people. In life, we never know what is going to come our way or what's going to affect us and maybe question our faith or, trying to seek where God is in the moment. So just want to remind everybody that Stephen ministers are very willing and trained to walk with you if you should need anything. So please, seek that out, because you could have somebody walk with you in a Christ-like manner. That would be just wonderful.
Yes, definitely.
So keep that in mind. And now we're going to get back to talking about, we always like to reflect on our journey and things that we can do to challenge ourselves. And with talking at the beginning about getting back to routine for the fall, I think for myself, a way that I want to challenge myself is to make sure that I'm incorporating God into this routine that I'm going to work into getting back into. It's easy for me to work on getting other things in the routine, but I need the discipline of working God into that. So I want to really try to maybe push myself to go on a retreat this fall. I've experienced a silent retreat before, 3-day, and that was just so fruitful. So that's something that I want to try and work back into the routine of the fall, and just the daily routine also of talking to God more.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think that, I struggle with adding those retreats in too. So yeah, I think just even planning to plan a retreat
Yes.
is a good idea. Definitely. So for things, they've been busy and a little bit rocky. Had a couple of definitely some rocky points over the last month, which I think is kind of reflected in my prayer life. I've noticed that I've just experienced prayer differently going through that. And just, for a lot of reasons, haven't been able to spend some of that focused time that I kind of reflected on other episodes, doing those kind of at-home type, parts of retreats and things. So instead, I found it was more a part of like my active life, just kind of relying on that relationship and going back to that when I, needed it during these different points, and just really felt like there was that deepening of a relationship with God that had developed through that prayer that I was just kind of, utilizing and hanging on to. So, I think definitely, as you said, kind of attempting to get that schedule back in, for sure now. And just as my spiritual director just keeps saying, just letting God love me. So.
Yes. Isn't that so hard to do sometimes? Or, we let things fog that, and he does so much just want to love on us, and we do have to just allow.
Yeah. So what is our challenge?
Well, I think kind of connected with what I was saying about, scheduling that time, also me wanting to make a retreat. I would just throw out the challenge of experiencing a retreat if you can. I know, people are still a little weary with COVID things and all, but we have a great opportunity close by with Montserrat. And I've received, things from them about the precautions they're taking. So I know people are trying to be as safe as they can. And I think those opportunities are things we can still take hold of. And Montserrat offers retreats specifically for men, specifically for women, but also for couples. And some of their retreats are, silent 3-day, that type of thing. But also some are just days of renewal, like on a Saturday. And if you haven't been out to Montserrat, it's so beautiful. And you just feel like you're away with God because there's no distractions. There's water out there to look at. There's hammocks to lay on. It's just absolutely a wonderful getaway. So I would challenge you to look into that or seek another retreat opportunity in some way to either do by yourself with your couple, with your spouse as a couple, or a family retreat. That would be my challenge.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm definitely going to look into that as well. And to add on to that, I'd really like to challenge everybody just to come back to hOLA, come back to Mass, come back to, things that you were involved in the past in groups, or find a new one. Our website's a great resource where you can find all kinds of different ways to reach out, to get connected. Definitely you can reach out to Rosemary or myself if you have any questions or looking for something, and we can help guide you and where you would maybe best fit. And also, if you've already been coming back, you've been here for a while, you're going to Mass in your ministries, I think this challenge is for you too, because just to realize that we're not kind of all in the same place, and just being attentive and thoughtful of everyone else, and being welcoming like we always are at hOLA. So
yes, absolutely. And if you are coming back, and invite somebody to come along with you.
Yes, definitely. All right. Well, I think that's about it. Do you have anything else, Rosemary?
I think that's it for this time too. So,
right. So you can email us as always with news, or if you have an idea for a guest or would like to be a guest, at podcast@OurLadyOfAngels.com.
And until next time, adios, hOLA.